on finances, on etiquette. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl LA. I know, you just saw me yesterday. You don't feel like seeing me again, but you're gonna see me again every day. And I'm very excited to be here with y'all. Let me get the comments up. Let's see if you all join me. I am going to run my intro really quickly. I know I look so nice. I just did a fashion video. We had all the fashions, as Jeronica Macia would say. I had all the fashions in the video. It's so fun. It's so light. And my real personality kind of shines through. So I'm excited for you all to see this. I'm also hoping that my microphone and my light, no, my microphone will be fine. It's the lighting I'm worried about. Let's see if I can stream on IG along with, I'm going to stream on IG. Excuse me. I guess I should have been set up a little bit. That's not too bad. If anybody wants to know my lip combo, all right. All right, so we're live on. Oh my God! As soon as I went live on Instagram, it want to start acting up. But let's see what we got. My microphone is loose. I don't know why that is occurring. But let's see what we got. All right, so I want to talk about, I don't know what camera to look in. Oh my God, this is so weird. Let me move the IG over here. I hope it's not an interference in. Okay. This is perfect. This works. I need to angle my actual camera down just a bit. Ooh, don't start doing nothing weird, baby. Okay. So I think this works. We're gonna have to move the light maybe here. Okay, we are live. If anybody wants to know, any of my ladies, if you want to know my lip combo, it is so good tonight. I have the Breadwinner as a liner. It's a dark chocolatey brown. I hate the way the consistency looks, but these are Fenty Breadwinner. And I also have Fenty's Power Thirsty, which is a lighter brown. Yeah, so I line with Breadwinner, inside with Power Thirsty. So cute, so good. Let's put on our eyeglasses because we're looking at 45,000 screens in a day. And God forbid a girl have a job and a talent, okay? So I really wanted to talk about something that I saw earlier today. And I was watching, I was watching Tasha K earlier today. Oh, wait. Sorry, y'all. One more thing I need to do. Jeez Louise. I'm so sorry. I need to go to YouTube. I need to find my live stream and then I need to share it to Facebook so Facebook also knows that I'm live. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, here we go. I hope you don't mind. As soon as I put these glasses on, my nose started doing a weird thing. So I don't know what that's about. I feel like there's some jumpy things happening. So let's keep it over here. Hey, Mac. Hello. Thank you for joining my live. You're the only one. Thank you for joining my live. You're the only one here. Thank you. I'm live on YouTube because I really want to talk about some things. We need to get into some things. All right, y'all, let's run the intro because we've been on for about 5 minutes and you haven't even seen my intro yet. So let's do it. This is for my YouTube folks, not my IG folks. IG people, I'm still here. We're going to talk about Ace Metaphor and why people give these Drake was patting you on the back. All the rappers. Hey, what's up? Back again. Hey, what's up? It's up to you to do the research. It's up to you. The lives, and I'm really tired. Hey y'all, YouTube, I'm back. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Today's conversation, as you can see in the title, is really just about how the Black community really is still in this tight chokehold with letting unsuccessful men run the community as a whole, as far as relationships, character building, how to raise children, what men should accept, how men or males should behave when the woman has a child, how stepchildren have zero benefit. It's just really, really problematic talking points that are being repeated by men who are unsuccessful in relationships, unsuccessful in life, that may have garnered some virality and some money by simply being on social media. These men lack credentials, they lack education, they have zero life experience and zero expertise. So it's really hard for me to continue to sit back and watch Black women, especially, give these people their time, their attention, their money. And now this new guy, Anwar White, who we don't know his success story, but I see women. I saw a psychologist the other day on YouTube, here on YouTube. I won't call her out. I saw a psychologist the other day. We know zero information about this guy that just happened to go live on TikTok one day and have the consistency to continue to go live on TikTok. A psychologist here is telling a woman that she should look into his services. $10,000 for dating coaching. She knows nothing about this man. This is supposed to be a professional woman, a psychologist, who is giving somebody her professional advice is that she should look into this TikTok dating coach that she knows absolutely nothing about. It wasn't even a look into. It was, she has enough money. She has the means. She should pay him $10,000 to get a dating coach. This man you know nothing about. But simply because he gets up and turns his phone on TikTok every single night, you think that this person is somebody that you should be telling women that they should be giving $10,000 to. I find that very strange. I find it extremely scary. And I wanted to get into why you all think this is happening. If you're in the YouTube chat, please say hi in the comment section. Thank you so much for everyone watching. Let me go to the comments. Just say hi in the comment section if you're here in my YouTube chat. Yeah, that's the only thing I have to talk about today, because I was watching Ace Metaphor talk about this on Fucky Friday with Cam Newton, and what I wanted to say was that I found it very interesting that Ace, this looks so distracting to me, y'all. I'm sorry. That's my clothing rack. Yeah. So I found it very interesting that Cam Newton sat back really in awe of the things that Ace Metaphor was saying. And Ace Metaphor is, who is Ace Metaphor? We've let people present themselves in a way, especially on social media, where we know nothing is real. We let people present themselves in a way. This is a problem overall, because you think about people like Laterris, This Dear Future Wifey podcast has everybody in a chokehold. And you know why? It's salacious. The Dear Future Wifey podcast, Funky Friday with Cam Newton, tonight's conversation with Ace Metaphor, the Kevin Samuels debacle before he passed. Everything that we're seeing is very problematic for me. And I'm trying to figure out why so many of you are really attached at the hip by what men say. I really don't want to attribute all of it to low self-worth, low self-esteem. But when you think about the dynamics in the Black community and how Black women who are ambiguously Black, right? You look Black, you are Black, you have dark skin and Black features and Black hair, everything about you is Black. You've been positioned to think. You've been positioned to think that you're lowest on the totem pole. I think it's very interesting. Number one, when I think about somebody like what Cat Williams said the other day, this may have been longer than the other day ago. I saw it the other day. Cat Williams said something that I thought was extremely profound. He said something like, if you are the one telling the lie, if you think about white supremacy, European beauty standards, etc., if you are the one telling the lie, you'll have the people you're lying to look over here because the truth is over here. So if you think about how Black women have viewed themselves and continue to view themselves, it's the lie is over here. Western features are better. Lighter skin is better. White skin is better. Straight hair is better. The truth is over here. Black women refuse to get out of this chokehold that society has on them because they are desperate for validation from people that, why would it matter if this person validates you or not? That is my biggest issue. These aren't men that are like successful or brilliant or intellectuals or Nobel Peace Prize winners. These are niggas with mics. Niggas with mics that continue to get on the mic. That is the only thing you can attribute their success to is consistency and being salacious. And usually them being salacious and having virality is often, hey, Instagram. The virality and being salacious is often off the back of the same women that continue to give them money and show up at their shows and share their content and turn them into like prophetic people. Like these are prophets for young Black women who want to be married. And I think it's unfair, of course, for me to ever say to a young Black woman, you may not have a partner. You may not have a partner. If the only thing you're looking for is a straight Black man who is tall, fit, and has money, you may not ever have a partner, lady. But that doesn't mean you lower your self-worth to continue to benefit men that just extremely hard for me to say, they don't like you. They don't like most women, but especially you. It's always you that's supporting the content. It's always the dark-skinned woman with the type 4 hair who looks Black, is Black, and they just do not like you. Every time they go viral, it's on the back of a woman that looks like you, me, their mama, their sister, their baby mama. But they get this fame and they get this virality, and you support their content and you buy the tickets and you buy the merch and you continue to share it so they get paid out by each and every platform. And then you look crazy at the end thinking, oh, I'm just not desirable. I need to be more fit, more feminine, more friendly. And I don't care how fit, how feminine, how friendly you are, lady, it just ain't you. It just isn't you, unfortunately. And they've made that clear multiple times. Like you've never had one of these men tell you, oh, yeah, you did everything right and now you're there. No. They keep finding ways to knock you down, right? So I was talking to somebody the other day and I was saying to them, I was like, listen, this was an older gentleman, right? An older gentleman said, I understand in the dating market that men have to be accepting. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking he's about to say accepting of work-life balance, accepting of, family dynamics, accepting of lifestyle changes when you meet someone and they enter your life in long-term fashion. No, this older gentleman, almost 60 years old, said to me that men have to accept weave, lashes, and makeup. You're 60, you're single, and you're pulling up talking points from the manosphere? Do you think it's going to happen for you? You think this? Let me tell you something. This is why people don't. I'm trying to figure out how to say this because there are so many moving parts in what I'm talking about tonight. There's the Shannon Sharpe of it all. There is the what's his name? Not Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe. There's the I can't think of his name. The guy on trial right now. The Diddy, Shannon Sharpe. You have to think about all of these people are the same people that tell you and show you that you're not desirable. But if you think about really why they say Black women are not desirable, it's usually because, hello, Instagram. Thank you so much for being here and watching my live with me. It's usually because you have a higher requirement. Black women aren't hard to deal with. Black women usually require you to step up. So if you're someone that allows themselves to, if you're a man, of course you don't want to date somebody that makes you step up when all you really want is to be, pleased physically, have your sick fetishes met, and be, physically entertained. I'm trying to keep it safe for YouTube. Then why would you want to deal with somebody that wants to see you succeed, that wants you to be a stand-up person, that wants you, listen, all the Black women I know, and I'm just going about the women that I know, if you have a man in your life, it is very unlikely that you would allow him to be a trash parent, to not get up and go to work when he's supposed to not reply to the email that may change his life, to not be a good role model for your child. So I understand it. If I'm a man and I want to be lazy and I'm just looking to get my needs met, yeah, maybe not, I probably don't want to date a Black woman either, because a Black woman is going to be like, hey, buddy, come on. We got paper to make, we got moves to make, we got things to do. But most men, as you can see in today's manosphere, of course, I'm not saying all men, there are good men, but most men are really at the stage of their lives in this manosphere where they're incels. So they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to step up. They don't have great character. They aren't, they don't have great personalities, right? Unfortunately, that is what you're seeing in these spaces of these gender wars and these dating wars. That's what you're seeing, is these men that don't want to step up or are incapable of stepping up. So an equal for them would never be a Black woman their age. An equal for them would be a very young woman, childlike behavior, a childlike mentality, and they don't have enough discipline to resist youth. And yet, and still, these are the people that support these men are overwhelmingly Black women that they always tend to rag on. It's always a Black woman's back that these people like Ace Metaphor get fame, Cam Newton get YouTube fame, Shannon Sharpe gets YouTube fame. How many people do you think, the majority of people that watched that Cat Williams interview that made it take off the way it did, outside of what the content was, what made that interview take off was the audience, and the audience was Black women. They made him I don't know the number. I want to say the Cat Williams video made Shannon Sharpe $6 million. I believe that's the number that I last heard. The Cat Williams interview made Shannon Sharpe $6 million. And what happened was he said right after garnering this success on YouTube, this fame, was right before he made these tweets about how he dislikes Black women. That ain't his cup of tea. And I'm trying to figure out why we have to pour. Listen, I'm a single person, online, small following, more following than on TikTok than anywhere else, and my videos still don't do numbers. Some do, but most of the time my videos ain't doing numbers. But what I will tell you is that y'all make these people go viral. Y'all make these people go viral after they tell you how much they dislike you. And I'm trying to figure this out. It's everybody. It's the cycle of fame and success through Black women. It's a pathway. It is an absolute pathway, and all they need is a microphone and consistency, or a cell phone and consistency. And Black women will elevate them to, look how white my hand is. That is weird. That is so strange. I don't know why this is bothering me. It looks like vitiligo almost. It's so bright. Anyway, but yeah, Black women continue to catapult these people to success. And then what happens is, because of the success and the success and the numbers behind them, they feel like they have authority. Number one, you give them authority. Let's say that. But they feel like then they are experts. And I appreciate people like Kendra G. And Kendra G will say, I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a life coach. I'm a journalist, and I'm a host of my own show. But the people that you allow to give you advice on relationships are people who are not successful in relationships. They are typically 9 times out of 10 womanizers. They be womanizers. And on top of the fact that they're womanizers, they're usually, if you go back far enough, or if you listen close enough, they'll tell you how they don't like you. So this is why I want to have the conversation. I want to open up the floor to, what are your thoughts about this? Why do Black women continue to elevate men, number one, who say they don't like them, number two, who have no credential, no expertise, no experience, no success stories in love, dating, relationships, being with women at all? There was a certain clip that I really wanted to play because there was a viral video. Okay, bye IG. I'm just saying bye to IG, y'all, because I need my phone to look something up. So goodbye, Instagram. Ciao. So I really wanted to talk about this one viral clip that happened. And I'm sorry I'm distracted. It's because I'm live on a few different places. So I wanted to talk about what Ace Metaphor said to Cam Newton. And I think my biggest problem is, that these men will tell you exactly how they feel. And then It's so much to share, y'all. Let's start. I'm going to share my screen. Let me pull up my TikTok. I'm going to share my screen with you guys because I just don't know what it will. I just don't know what it will take for women to truly wake up and understand exactly what is going on. And what I'm saying is never, I'm not saying you can never be involved in a relationship. I'm not saying you'll never be married. I'm saying allow men to correct themselves. Allow the men to correct their behavior and then come back to the dating pool. Stop being influenced by people who don't see it for you. That is the main point. So let me try to pull up this TikTok because Ace Metaphor is saying it directly to your face. To your face. He wants you to know. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to add it to the stage. Yes, that is me, ladies and gentlemen. Please go ahead and follow my TikTok. It is live_well_LA. And guess what? I'm Live Well LA on Instagram, TikTok,
a lot of
and
heterosexual
YouTube.
men don't like women for real. They don't. They like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So then when we get into why a lot of men womanize, or why it's just they're minimizing a woman based off of who she slept with or who she potentially can sleep for, because it's like you haven't gained the appreciation of the wholeness of a woman yet, and what that wholeness of a woman can bring to your life. A lot of times we'll talk about strength and we'll say men are stronger than women. But that's because we value physical strength. We're not talking about emotional strength, spiritual strength. Yeah. We're not talking about the type of strength that can run a household. And we're not putting that same type of weight. And what I would encourage, and this was the shift that I had to do, is I had to start liking the wholeness of a woman outside of sex. And then when you do that, now you appreciate the things a complete woman can bring to your life. When we talk about
this is my issue. My issue is these men have this reversal in their thought process, and women are just there to accept that. My thinking is once somebody shows me who they are, I am terrified of them forever. Once someone shows me that they don't like me, there's no redemption from that. Now we can get into an argument, we can be upset with one another, but if you give me signs that you don't like me, or you make it clear in your behavior that you don't like me, I'm terrified of you. I am absolutely terrified of you, because we've seen too many moments where women are hurt or worse because they didn't take the signs, they didn't leave when they had the opportunity, they kept messing with people that were showing poor behavior. So if you're ever with a man, this is the point I'm making with Ace Metaphor and people like Cam Newton. If you see a man womanize one woman in his life, he is absolutely allowed redemption, right? We're not judge. We're not the final judge, jury, executioner. But for me personally, I just need to see it one time, and you don't have access to me. The rest of the world can accept you, but it's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to take you in and make you feel good about who you were and make you feel good about your redemption at that point. That's not up to me. What I feel is that, like with this whole Jonathan Majors thing, God forbid Black women say, no, thank you. No, Black women have to be this savior, right? All the time. And that is the point I'm making. These men are womanizers. One time is enough for me. One time. And I hate to always bring up like the relationship that I had with my ex-husband. But my ex was extremely kind to me until he wasn't. And everybody was kind of shocked, like, wow, you left. Yes, I only need one time for you to show me that number one, I may not be safe with you. And number two, you're not kind, which means you can disregard any previous feelings you may have had for me. Any previous love you may have had for me, you can absolutely disregard that and change your mind. I'm smart enough. And I'm still a woman. I'm still very emotional. I get in my feels, but I'm intelligent and I'm a study of human behavior. I'm a brilliant woman who is a study of human behavior. And you really only have one time to show me that you can disregard me, that you may not like me, that I'm not safe with you. And that's forever. We're done forever. There's nothing more for me that you need to show me. Now, you can have redemption in your life, redemption with Christ, redemption with your family and society, but with me, absolutely not. You only need to show me one truly dangerous to me behavior, and I'm done. So when I see people watch Keita Rose and watch her tell her story about this man, when I see people watch Jasmine Brown, when I see people read off Shannon Sharpe's tweets. So I'm just like confused. Why are you still there in the audience? That is my biggest question. What is it going to take for Black women to stop being this parachute for men? Even with all the information out about Shannon Sharpe, his tweets, how he doesn't like Black women, him saying he's not dating his age, he's dating his wage, him not wanting to support his daughter's wedding, but will pay this 19-year-old woman, this 19-year-old girl, $25,000 per cheek. And Black women are in the comment section on Instagram and TikTok saying, I'm gonna pray for this brother. I know this ain't right. I know he didn't do this. I know this is set up. Ladies, whatever it is, it's not your business. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. That's the problem I have, is you're always the soft landing spot for bad men. You got to stop being the soft landing spot for bad men. It gets you absolutely nowhere. I'm not a part of cancel culture. But I think your redemption should be in communities where you were, communities where you performed your bad behavior. If Shannon Sharpe needs a soft landing spot, shouldn't it be with white women? If Shannon Sharpe needs a soft landing spot, shouldn't it be with Black men? If Jonathan Majors needs a soft landing spot, shouldn't it be with white women? If Eighth Metaphor needs a soft landing spot, shouldn't it be with Black men? But Black women are always there to provide this cushion for men with bad behavior, and I'm tired of it. I want to see, my channel is about living well. That's why it's called Live Well LA. And I'm not talking about health and fitness. I'm talking about your mental, your emotional, your financial well-being. Because once you can elevate that out of the gutters and the pits of hell, then you can elevate your body, your health, your physical health, everything else. And I just don't understand why I can't pull you women out of the gutter with the Ace Metaphors, the Cam Newtons, the Shannon Sharpes. We all saw what Jasmine Brown went through. Be for real. Be for real. There were Black women praying for Diddy to this day. Be for real. Be for real. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm glad I was able to have this conversation with y'all tonight. Be sure to absolutely subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave your comments. I'm going to.
A portion of today's show
please.
is brought to you by Sloan Credit Consulting. Hey, it's LA. I wanted to talk to you all about Sloan Credit Consulting and my personal journey with bankruptcy filing. There was a time in my life where I did not understand how to manage money. Rent, bills, and car payments grew bigger than my income, and I needed relief. I learned most people don't file bankruptcy because of public perception and suffer in silence with collection calls, shutoff notices, and threats of eviction or foreclosure. Sloan Credit Consulting discreetly walked me through the filing process, and within a short time, I was no longer stressed about bills and able to easily start over. If you're considering filing bankruptcy, wondering if you too can get relief by filing bankruptcy, or need help getting your debt under control, contact Sloan Credit Consulting at sloancredit@gmail.com. That's SLOANCREDIT@gmail.com. A portion of today's show is brought to you by Sloan Credit Consulting.
Thank you all for hanging out while I paid a few bills. I really wanted to go more into this Ace Metaphor Cam Newton situation because it is so cringe at the very least. Cringe is probably being generous. But I just want y'all to stop being a soft landing spot for these men. You have to pull yourselves up out of the gutter and let these men find redemption in the communities where the behavior was performed. They will sit around and talk bad about you with white women, with Black men, and then the soft landing spot when they get themselves into trouble is you. Stop letting that be you. I'm going to share a little bit more from this Ace Metaphor video so y'all can see exactly, I'm sorry, from the Ace Metaphor interview, because I'm going to show y'all what, it's just bad.
It's long story short. In my life, after being a Jehovah's Witness, I've studied and learned and talked to many different religions. And I'm not going to be a person that says that I believe that those differences doesn't matter. But ultimately, everybody got the same goal to live the best life you can.
Sure.
And that's why I respect anybody's beliefs. And then I'm not going to try to push my beliefs on you. As long as something that you believe gets you closer to God and being a good person to people, I support that.
Yeah.
So you come from a religious background and you was raised to believe this thing. You still believe it, but then when you left that belief of, basically believing in heaven and hell and all of this stuff and the word and the things of the Bible, now that you're no longer a part of the church, which allows for you to basically do whatever it is that you want, you still respect everybody's belief. You still believe in it, but not as it pertains to you, because then it would kind of mess up what it is, I guess, that your brand is. I don't know. It's mixed messages. It's very confusing. I don't know what that really means, but let's continue.
So where did the relationship advice kind of come into? Because somebody who was it? What's her name? Like what
Atonement, man. Like let me tell you this, bro. Like my tagline forever has been former bad guy turned good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's called pandering and money. For those of you that may not be familiar, it's called pandering.
Listen, it is absolutely money and pandering, and you all give these men absolute 100% authority over your lives. I could probably, it's so moving because human behavior never fit. When you're a study of human behavior, you're never surprised by what people do. And I truly am a study of human behavior. It perplexes me. I am so intrigued by the things that people do and why they do them. Because I think we all have a bit of everything in us, but it's drawn out based on different circumstances, based on different extremities. So me telling you that this is pandering and you not waking up and wanting to be removed from the one being pandered to perplexes me. Perplexes me. I don't want to liken it to MAGA behavior, but it is very MAGA behavior. It is very MAGA behavior. Zero success, zero outcome, zero credentials, zero credibility, and yet you're still in support. I hate to be the one to say that is it possible that Black women's support of these toxic, womanizing males is on par with MAGA support of the president? Because you're always rationale, you're always rationalizing this poor behavior. And now that I think about it, you're always in support of it. You're still giving money, giving views to these men, and you don't support the women that tell you about their bad behavior. No matter what. No matter what. It's not like you wait and you hear more. No, you just simply do not support the women that tell you about the bad behavior. No matter how much this man tweets he doesn't like you, no matter how much this man tells you he's not, you're not the desirable type, you still support, you still align yourself with them, you still pray for them, and you still show up when they need somebody to fall on. Let's keep continuing with this ace metaphor, Cam Newton ridiculousness.
And money. Because it's successful, it's profitable, it's a great business. Why not just come out and say it? Look, bro, look, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I'm a former bad guy turned good. I done messed over so many women, and now that I see the error of my ways and a dude that I used to be, now I'm a different person, and I just really want to give women advice on how they need to move differently around guys that I used to be like, and the advice that I give is based off of the life that I used to live, and now I want to hold guys accountable so that women understand the nature of men. I don't want to hear that shit. So tired of these guys pandering and lying. Just be who you are. You're going to have an audience no matter what. If you put out a great product, you're going to have an audience. You don't have to pander. These guys pander so hard, bro.
Like when it comes to not being what I needed to be in my previous relationships in my early 20s. Right now, I can like chalk it up to being young as fuck.
Yeah.
But at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I was behaving, the way I was moving with women, it's something that I became increasingly unproud of.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I first started doing these videos, it was me talking to myself in the phone. Like if I put my phone up right now, when I'm recording a video, I see myself.
Yeah.
And so it was me giving advice to myself to where hopefully I can live up to that projection that I wanted, right?
Yeah.
And
so when you dropping all these videos, it's basically saying, girl, don't do this, don't accept this guy, or whatever, so on and so forth. You wasn't doing it for clout. You wasn't doing it for visibility. You wasn't doing it for followers. You wasn't doing it to build an audience. You wasn't doing it for money. You wasn't doing it to be accepted. You wasn't doing it for the.
It's long story short. In my life, after being a Jehovah's Witness, I've studied and learned and talked to many different religions. And I'm not going to be a person that says that I believe that those differences doesn't matter.
Ladies,
But ultimately,
ladies, none of that. You was doing it because you was preaching to yourself about the man that you wanted to be in front of the whole world to be able to accept you. When the accusations came out about this guy, as far as Keita Rose and all of them, right? I am always going to stand on the side of innocent until proven guilty, especially when it comes to a lot of women making claims all of a sudden after they benefited right along with you, with building an audience, getting money, running up a bag, doing the shows and all of this stuff. And I still believe that. I still believe in innocent until proven guilty, and that people shouldn't go after people just because they disgruntled with them after they've benefited with them for such a long time. It's hypocrisy at its finest. But it's hard to listen to these niggas like this pander and not think that it might be a little bit of truth in there, because what the fuck is he talking about, fam? So you recording videos.
So let me say this. I err on the side of women because, once again, I am a study of human behavior. I err on the side of women. I know women today who have been in long-term relationships, marriages that are horrid. I'm talking about the worst situations, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, the worst situations. And all they know are women who have the same experience as them. But if a woman comes out and says, this man did something horrible to me, they refuse to believe that woman. Refuse. This is so problematic and treacherous, and I wish I could put my finger on how to exactly describe it. But I know women to this day who have generations of bad men. They are friends with women married to bad men. They are married to bad men. They sleep with, they make children with bad men. And they still will believe a bad man over a woman any day. But me, as an intellect and a study of human behavior, I am going to side with the woman. I remember when Shannon Sharp's accuser first came out. I was one of very few who believed her. I was one of very few, as far as social media and what I was reading, I was one of very few who believed her. A few hours later, the tapes dropped. Women who have been abandoned by their partners, married single mothers, sent to the hospital by their partners, cheated on by their partners, financially in ruins because of their partner, will still doubt women when they say, hey, I've had this experience with a man. That should be studied by psychologists across the globe. That should be studied by psychologists across the globe. Let's continue to watch what this brother has to say about the Cam Newton and Ace Metaphor interview, because am I surprised? Absolutely never. Absolutely never.
Else to speak to your future self.
And so that's where it comes from, man. It's not that I've been necessarily, niggas been, I was hurt a couple times, but it doesn't come from a place of someone did me wrong.
Yeah.
It comes from a place of, I used to do wrong and I don't want to do wrong no more. These are the lessons I'm learning in order to not be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you poly?
No. Well, I'm not poly in the sense that I want 2 active, full-ass relationships.
What do you mean?
I don't want multiple girlfriends.
What do you want?
I want one girlfriend, one wife with whom we can explore sexual relationships with other people.
And
So why are you trying to get married? Why would you want a committed relationship, or why would you want a marriage if you want to explore it with other chicks?
I'm going to ask this guy, Anton, to come on my show because I think that would be magnificent. I would love to have a conversation with him. I'm going to ask him if he can really just hop in on a stream one evening, because I really like his takes. We differ on some things, which I think is healthy. We'll have a healthy dialogue if he has the time to come on the show. this will be great because I really enjoy his takes and you don't see this often from a man. I'm going to message him as soon as I get off of this live with you all and ask him if he'll come on the show. And I hope we can do it. I'll make some flyers and some announcements so you all can catch it. But I think it'll be great. I love his take. And to hear this from a man who's obviously not interested in pandering. He's just telling the truth that we should all be seeing. This is a man who's saying, I want to listen. The issue with poly, let me blow it up for y'all. The issue with poly is that men usually do not present, and I don't care what you say, men do not present this to women in the beginning at all. Most Black women aren't interested. Men don't usually present this to women in the beginning. That's the problem with poly relationships, especially in our community. In our community where it's not normal, most African American people are Christian people, polyamory or poly, whatever the other word is, poly relationships is not the norm. So Black men do not walk up to Black women and ask them if they're interested in such. So women, their consent is taken away from them. Their consent is taken away. And they are introduced to this once he's cheated, right? This is usually how it plays out. The man has to cheat. And then the woman is asked if she wants to be down or not. And at that time, she's probably emotionally involved, maybe have some kids in the relationship, maybe has moved away from family to be with this person, depends on this person financially. Women are not presented with this option from the beginning. And if anybody says that they are, that's a lie. It's an absolute lie. It's exhausting, y'all. It is really exhausting trying to pull Black women out of the matrix.
Like, okay, I can understand if somebody said it for the financial benefit. Like, sell me on something. Financial benefits, or I got caught up with another chick while I was married, or because he's not even married. Like, I don't even how is this nigga giving relationship advice, but he can't even answer a straight question with Cam Newton on a.
That is what I want to know. That is what I want to know. Anton Daniels from TikTok is asking the questions that I need answers to. Why are these niggas giving relationship advice? Thank you, Anton Daniels. I'm so glad I found your page and your videos. You have to come on my channel. I would love to have a conversation with you. You sound like a very normal male with brain power and some sense. Thank you, Anton Daniels. These are the questions that need answers. My question is not why is he giving advice? He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Ace Metaphor can do whatever the hell he wants to do. My question is why is Black women in the audience? Why are Black women in the audience? And why do y'all continue to support and listen to these people with no success, no credentials, no certifications, no formal training, not in a relationship, never married? At least I'm divorced. At least I'm divorced so I can tell you how to be married and how to stay if you want to stay. But at least I have the brain power and the experience to tell you the truth. When are you going to wake up and pull your plug out the back of your head because you're stuck in the matrix and you're letting the same people do it to you repeatedly? It started with the Kevin Samuels and Derek Jackson and Dear Future Wifey and Ace Metaphor and Cam Newton, and the list goes on and on and on. They don't like, it's a vicious cycle. They don't like Black women or they don't like women. And y'all just sit there and soak it up and let it consume you. And then you try with these femininity. What the is a femininity class. You go to femininity classes from the most ghetto women I've ever seen. And if you're looking to be feminine, I don't know why you leaning that way. And y'all pay people money to teach you how to be women. And all day you've been a mother and a working mom and somebody that shows up in corporate America and interacting with people all day. You don't know how to be a woman. You've done it for literally 24 hours, 7 days a week for 35 plus years. You don't know how to be a woman. People are selling y'all on anything, and y'all are believing everything. Everything. And please give me a break. Give me an absolute break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Seriously. And it's not even young girls, because I see most of the young girls on TikTok, they're waking up like, I'm not interested. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. It's still these women that are supposed to be giving an example, setting a pathway for young women. It's the women my age and up that are desperate for romantic relationships, desperate for a connection, desperate for validation, desperate to post that they got a man on social media. Even if he benefits you none, even if it's just a dead corpse at your house, on your couch, that you get to cook food for, that you bought, the food you bought. You get to cook this man food, and that is what you are hoping for. And I'm so confused as to why it's happening. I would really love to know why older Black women are stuck in this vicious cycle. I'm trying to wake y'all up. Are y'all even on YouTube? Hello? Come over here. Come over here to my channel, sis. Because the older Black women seem to need more help than anybody else. Upper 30s and up. Wake up. Wake up. Let's keep going, because I got to get off of here in a minute, but I really wanted to share because it's pissing me off.
Interview.
I can hear the comments now.
Uh-huh.
Can she explore other relationships with other men?
Other men?
Yeah.
I ain't got that far yet.
So,
But the older I get, the less opposed to it I am. It depends.
on.
The arrangement.
So you're dating this girl and she says, hey, I want to venture off. I seen a dude that, I gave him, I'm being full transparent. I gave him my number. I know what is.
In my mind, let's back it up. In my mind, I'm thinking about a sex party. I'm not thinking about that deep. Like now I'm thinking about in terms of being in a relationship where you're comfortable, you got trust or whatever.
Yeah.
We go to a sex party, you go your way, I go my way.
I mean, it's none of that. You was doing it because you was preaching to yourself about the man that you wanted to be in front of the whole world to be able to accept you. When the accusations came out about this guy, as far as Keita Rose and all of them, right? I am always going to stand on the side of innocent until proven guilty, especially when it comes to.
Then
What?
I'm not tripping, but I don't know if I'm getting
What?
to that point.
But you're good where you could go to a sex party and you go one way.
See, I be too worried about who I'm fucking to worry about who she fucking.
Yo, this guy is wild. This guy is absolutely wild. I'm so glad.
These are your
that
kings.
There are other parts that you guys told me that I need to look at in this interview so that I can review a video. Because I thought it was only about that one video that I did a clip on. And shout out to Cam Newton. I always like to link back to the platform. This guy is wild. This guy.
These are your kings, ladies. You ladies that show up and buy these $100 tickets to see tonight's conversation, these are your kings. Clowns. Clowns, womanizers, and just all around horrible people. Horrible human people. Well, I'm hoping that you you all hopefully get a wake-up call. Please come back. Make sure you like this video if you're here watching. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to post some spring fashion. I just did a wonderful spring fashion video. I have to edit it and I'll upload it for tomorrow. It'll be so good. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, we've just hit an hour. I'm so excited. You all have a wonderful night. Maybe I'll come back on a little later and see what y'all up to. But until then, bye.
A portion of today's show is brought to you by Sloan Credit Consulting. Hey, it's LA. I wanted to talk to you all about Sloan Credit Consulting and my personal journey with bankruptcy filing. There was a time in my life where I did not understand how to manage money. Rent, bills, and car payments grew bigger than my income and I needed relief. I learned most people don't file bankruptcy because of public perception and suffer in silence with collection calls, shutoff notices, and threats of eviction or foreclosure. Sloan Credit Consulting discreetly walked me through the filing process, and within a short time, I was no longer stressed about bills and able to easily start over. If you're considering filing bankruptcy, wondering if you too can get relief by filing bankruptcy, or need help getting your debt under control, contact Sloan Credit Consulting at sloancredit@gmail.com. That's SLOANCREDIT@gmail.com.